Right, so thought I'd do a quick homebrew Wednesday. I've been slightly ill for the past 2 weeks, so I haven't really done many videos or reviews, but I've got a lot of beers to review. I've got beers from Jonah to review still, beers from Darren to review, and beers from Ben to review as well, but they will get done, I can promise that. What's been happening? The pork's been bottled, tastes very good, early tasting, the same one that Ben did. Yeah, it could be promising. Did have to have a lot of sugar added to it at the end to sweeten it up, but hopefully that'll turn out well. I'm not going to try that for a good maybe 6 months, leave it in the bottle for a bit. I have recently tried my wheat beer that I did as an extract kit. Just going to crack a bottle now. It does say that you're meant to drink it reasonably young. It's been in the bottle probably coming up for its second week now. It says that it will keep for, should be drunk within 5 weeks, but can be kept for longer. But I don't think there'd be any trouble with getting rid of it within 5 weeks. Not very hazy. I mean, it's meant to be hazy anyway, but it's clear enough. But it smells fantastic for a kit, if you like. It was such an easy one. I mean, it's just like, I think it's about 3 kilos of dry malt extract, Hallertauer Mittelfrüh, I think the hop was, and then the yeast was WLP 300, and that yeast went off like a rocket. It exploded all over the place. The only yeast I've ever had do that. I mean, most of them being quite contained within the fermenter, but this one just blew off. But even straight away, just smelling it, almost smells like the wheat beers you can get, like the Hoegaardens and all the rest. But on the taste, it's got great banana-y notes, clovey notes. It's great. I mean, I don't think, well, personally, many people would know that I've been knocked up in the kitchen. It tastes fantastic, especially when it's cold as well. I mean, I'm not one for having the cold beers normally, but especially when it's warmer, but this needs to be drunk cold. I think I'm going to have to get a few bottles of this sent out before it goes. Other people need to try it. It's no fun drinking all the beer to yourself, is there really? You've got to share it a bit. Right, what else? I've brewed up a Ben strawberry cider with the Ribena. That's fermenting out. Used the cider yeast that I normally use, but added all the things that Ben does, the glycerin and that. I don't normally use all that, but I love Ben's cider when I had it, so it can't hurt to just, you know, follow it by the book. What else have I got? I'm going to be brewing up the Harvest Lagers on Saturday, the last 2 that I've got. I'm going to chuck them in the same fermenter. I'm going to add some Amarillo hops, but I'm going to use the yeast that was in this wheat beer, the WLP 300. I washed it out from the last lot. Sorry, but to be fair, there wasn't a lot of yeast left in it. I think most of it had rose out and gone all over the fermenting fridge and whatnot. But there is a healthy amount in a jam jar that I'm going to sling in. Not too sure how it's going to work with using a citrusy hop like that with a yeast that's more meant for a wheat beer and the kit being a lager, but you know, the kit's cost £3. The yeast has paid for itself if I use it in the next 2 brews anyway. And you know, what's to lose? But it could create something nice. I mean, I've never really created anything that I couldn't drink. Most of it's gone, you know, gone where it needs to go. So, you know, it's worth experimenting. I've also got an all grain kit sitting next to me. It's just nothing really exciting to look at, just some grains and that. Mainly because I've got most of my setup now, but I just needed to kick up the arse to kind of get me something to sit in there that I can look at and think I need to brew that. But I've got a few more kits to get out of the way first, and just a couple more finer things to perfect the all grain equipment. There's something I'll cut of extra bits I'm waiting on for the boiler, because I've heard that it can be prone to cutting out during the boil for certain reasons. So there's a couple of bits you can do to rectify that, and I want to get them sorted before I go with the boil, before I start tearing my hair out on the day. I'd rather be prepared, if you like. What else? I do have another beer kit. that is Festival's latest one, the Razorback, which is a 5.7 IPA. I can't remember what was on there. Simcoe, Sentinel and Summit hops. So that'd be a interesting one to brew up. That's their latest one. I did accidentally order 2, which I don't know why, slip of the button, but I was kind of trying to get free postage off a certain site, but I didn't want to, so luckily Darren Hamworth Homebrew purchased it off me, so he's also going to be brewing that up as well. I believe he's drunk the Pilgrim's Hope, which he thought was very nice. That is a lovely beer. It is really nice. For a bitter, it's hoppy, but not too much. It's just the right amount of hop in it. A lot less than the Golden Stag, but still a lovely beer. So I'm looking forward to trying the IPA out. To be honest, I think at some point I'll probably go through the whole range, because I think they're the gold standard of beer kits now. I think anyone who wants to get into homebrew, and although they're a premium price and all the things with adding the dry hops and that might seem a bit scary, the instructions are so clear and concise. I think you'd be much more impressed if you got that than brewing up a Wherry-ish verse one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a Wherry, but that produces much more better beer than a Wherry ever can, if I'm honest. And all the other beer kit makers need to step up and realise what they're doing. I mean, I think there's another brand out at the moment. I don't know if it's not Bulldog. I can't remember who it is, but they've got a range of kits out that look very similar to this, where the malt's coming in bags and things like that. So I think they are starting to take note that there can be a better quality in these kits, and obviously, you know, the price does sort of kind of match it. You are paying a little bit more. I think these are up on, they were on special at that point at 20 quid. I think they're normally about 24, 25, but for what you're getting and what you get out of it, you can't really go wrong. I mean, that's can be the price of some of the extract kits anyway, and some of them do come damn close, you know, but I'd definitely recommend giving any of them a go. What else have I done? Oh, I did the blackberry whiskey. A few observations if anyone does make it. One is, don't make it now, because if you're not going to go and pick blackberries because they're not in season, it's too expensive. I mean, I've read a few recipes. Some recipes say that you need, I think it was 2 kilos of blackberries for a 750ml to a litre bottle of whiskey, which seems like a lot of blackberries for that amount of whiskey. But some other recipes said 500 grams, 300 grams, they all vary with like anything on the internet. But for a 250 gram, no, it was 150 grams, sorry, of blackberries in Aldi, they were 132, and I realised I didn't have enough. I went to Tesco, they were 172. So already you're adding a little bit more extra expense in creating it, but if you could forage your own blackberries, obviously it would cost you nothing and you could get a lot more. So I scaled the recipe down a bit. I've used 300 grams of blackberries, 150 grams just normal sugar, and instead of using 750 mils of the whiskey, I've only used 500. So I chucked it all in a jar, like you do, and you're meant to shake it at least once or twice every day for the first 2 weeks, and then leave it, they say, for a year. But it's already, the blackberries obviously very potent. They've taken on the colour of the blackberries and that, and then at the end you're meant to strain it out for a muslin and then back into the bottle. But also it leaves you with, or it leaves me with, a little dribble of really crap tasting whiskey, which is the basic whiskey from Asda. But I didn't know what to do with that, but I think when I do my next kit and I open my bag of Columbus hops, I'm going to hop that with some Columbus hops, and just to see what it does, because it tastes like shit as it is now, and it can't get much worse. So that'll be interesting to see what that's like. But I'm really looking forward to the blackberry whiskey, because apparently it's not meant to taste like whiskey or blackberries. It's something totally different. Apparently it stains like a bitch as well. It's apparently, they say, liken it to like a pool. It's because of the blackberries have taken on the colour and that. So don't get it on anything, otherwise you'll never get it out again. I think that's pretty much me this week. I will be getting some more videos out if anyone's interested, just to the reviews of some of the beers I've been sent, and I do need to get some more beers sent out, but it's been a bit hectic. There's a lot of birthdays and weddings and shit like that going on, so I haven't had as much time. So happy Homebrew Wednesday. Out.